Hey guys, we're doing another Bible reading today. We are starting chapter 39, and we'll also finish chapter 39 today. Of Genesis, chapter 39. This is called Joseph and Potiphar's wife. Don't know if I said that right, but that's how I'm going to say it. Now Joseph was taken down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, the captain of the guard, an Egyptian, brought him from the Ishmaelites who had brought him down there. The Lord was with Joseph, and he became a successful man. He was in the house of his Egyptian master. His master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord caused all that he did to prosper in his hands. So Joseph found favor in his sight and attended him. He made him overseer of his house and put him in charge of all that he had. From the time that he made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. The blessing of the Lord was on all that he had, in house and field. So he left all that he had in Joseph's charge, and with him there he had no concern for anything but the food that he ate. Now Joseph was handsome and good-looking, and after a time his master's wife cast her eyes on Joseph and said, "Lie with me." But he refused and said to his master's wife, "Look, with me here my master has no concern about anything in the house, and he has put everything that he has in my hand. He is not greater in this house than I am, nor has he kept back anything from me except yourself, because you are his wife. How then could I do this great wickedness and sin against God?" And although she spoke to Joseph day after day, he would not content to lie beside her or be with her. One day, however, when he went into the house to do his work, and while no one else was in the house, she caught hold of his garment, saying, "Lie with me." But he left his garment in her hand and fled and ran outside. When she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and had fled outside, she called out to the members of her household and said to them, "See, my husband has brought among us a Hebrew to insult us. He came in to lie with me, and I cried out with a loud voice, and when he heard me raise my voice and cry out, he left his garment beside me and fled outside." Then she kept his garment by her until his master came home, and she told him the same story, saying, "The Hebrew servant whom you have brought among us came in to me to insult me, but as soon as I raised my voice and cried out, he left his garment beside me and fled outside." When his master heard the words that his wife spoke to him, saying, "This is the way your servant treated me," he became enraged. And Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, the place where the king's prisoners were confined. He remained there in prison. But the Lord was with Joseph and showed him steadfast love. He gave him favor in the sight of the chief jailer. The chief jailer committed to Joseph's care all the prisoners who were in the prison. Whatever was done there, he was the one who did it. The chief jailer paid no heed to anything that was in Joseph's care, because the Lord was with him, and whatever he did, the Lord made it prosper. Okay. This story is very interesting. As we see, Joseph is working for this guy who has this house and his wife, and he's their servant, helping with things around the house, taking care of things, whatever, inside the house while he's away doing business. And so he's taking care of things, whatever, and the master's wife keeps trying to have relations with Joseph, the servant. And she keeps trying. Joseph's like, "No, I'm not interested. You're married to him. I'm not interested. And she just will not take that for now. She won't take it. No for an answer. So she comes up with this whole story, grabs him, takes his clothing and all this stuff, and makes up this whole entire lie that he pushed herself, or he made her do things with him when they didn't even do anything, and he didn't do that either. So she's lying about everything and tells her husband all these things as lies, and so Joseph gets sent to prison. And because no one's going to listen to the servant, right? They're going to listen to the girl who's the wife, and even though she lied. So God obviously knows all of this, and God, the Lord, whatever we want to say, and here it says Lord, stays with Joseph while he's in prison and doesn't let him get hurt or have consequences because he didn't do anything wrong. So the Lord stays with him in prison, and he just is chilling in prison, I guess. And he doesn't really have any issues or concerns, because God is with him. So, moral of the story, don't lie. Don't make up stories that are not true. Just don't lie in general. Take no for an answer. Respect people when they say no, or respect people when they say yes, or just respect people in general. Don't lie, because that's just not right, as we learned in this. Even though he got put in jail, he still prospered because God was with him and God knew the truth. So don't be dumb, don't lie, don't make bad decisions, and if you do, try to fix them to the best of your ability. So I'll leave you with that, and we will start chapter 40 tomorrow of Genesis. So we're almost at the end of Genesis, kind of, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll start that tomorrow.